REM is the new support character added to Deadlock in the Old Gods New Blood update. He uses vents on the map to weave in and out of fights, supports his team with healing, and attaches to other heroes to give them massive buffs in fights. Here's the full ability breakdown, his best items, and more. Let's get right into it. Yo, what's up, YouTube? REM is the first character released in the new update, Old Gods New Blood, and we are gonna go every single ability. Everything you can do with him. First impressions, he looks absolutely busted, but we'll get right into it. Twitch chat is gonna act like they haven't heard this before. But basically, REM is a full support character that is gonna be able to help your team in multiple ways, in broken ways. First ability is called Pillow Toss, and Pillow Toss is an ability that you can throw across the map. It has an insane range that when it hits enemies, it knocks them back, it lowers their movement speed, and it displaces them as well. If you land this ability, your other cooldowns are lowered. The upgrades are 7-second cooldown reduction. Level 2 is going to apply 40% fire rate. This is the highest fire rate applied out of any ability in the game, which means gun characters are going to suffer the most if you hit with the one. Level 3 is going to apply 90 more damage and increase the radius. Seems insane, even on base level, and I want to say, you probably won't level this up to max first, because the other abilities are even more broken. Probably you will get this 1 point for the cooldown reduction, maybe 2 if you're feeling generous and you're against gun characters in lane. Ability number 2 is called Tag Along. Tag Along is jump to an ally and nap alongside them. What this allows you to do basically is you can jump on any of your allies' backs. It will heal you, it will heal them, and you can jump between allies during the cast. You can jump every single ally you have. So in a 6 versus 6 team fight, you can swap between every single ally, heal all of them back up. But the broken part about this really is that it also makes you invulnerable. So if you were to be low in a fight, all you have to do is you jump on one of your allies' backs, and they won't be able to hit you. They will only be able to hit your ally. And then you can jump to your next ally. And this is on base, level 1, by the way, in case you are wondering. And this is what you can do. And it heals for an insane amount. It's 15% base health, and then it heals for 28, I think, on base per second. You can do this on any ally. This seems absolutely batshit bonkers. Not only because you can support your entire team in the fight, in big late game team fights, right? This is going to be insane because you can just jump from person to person, keep all of them up. It's also like the best escape tool in the game, because if you jump on your tank, they have to kill your tank first. And then if they kill your tank, then you jump to your next player, and then they have to kill that player. So a good REM, I feel like, will never die. Unless you get caught out alone, which you don't want to be alone. It gets even more broken, because this ability, Lil Helpers, seems absolutely batshit crazy. This sends out one of your helpers. On base level, you have one. It's this little guy. Oh my god, he's so cute. And what you can do with them is you can tell him to send collect boxes for you, which you probably don't want to do, because there's way better applications for this. You can tell this guy to farm a sinner. By the way, the range is really, really high, even on base. So from here, I can send him to the sinner, and after I send him to the sinner, he's gonna do the sinner automatically for me. And the catch is, I can even move away to the other side of the map, do something completely different, and all in the meanwhile, this little helper is gonna farm the sinner for me, and it will farm it perfectly too, by the way. I will also get the 4 buffs from the sinner, which means if you level this ability up and just get 1 extra helper, you can farm the double sinners at 8 minutes for free while doing anything else on the map. And that's not even the craziest part. It gets more crazy. You can buy any items from the shop if you don't want to walk to the shop and you're like kind of close. By the way, this ability works with Mystic Reach. We'll talk about the items in a bit. You can just send him to the shop. And I misclicked. I selected this. I suck. Yeah, and he's going to buy it for you. But you can also send them to your lane creeps, and I think this is where this ability is going to get really broken crazy. You send him to one of your lane creeps, and the guy is just going to heal to full and do like 3 times as much damage. And again, I want you to keep in mind this is on base level. This guy is tanking the tower and multiple minions on his own. And again, if you get like a second point, right? Once this dies, he's still alive! I thought he was gonna die! Okay, the one trooper is winning the game for me on level 1. He actually got the tower to half. And then you send it to the next. So, early tips. You put this on your melee creep to push out lanes. The melee creep, if you guys don't know, there's one of the 4 creeps that spawn. That is the melee creep. It has the most HP and does the most damage. right? And it's usually the creep that dies first because it's gonna frontline. But you definitely want to put this on this guy, the fat guy. Okay? So you just put this on, and I'll show it again real quick. Just so you can see how insane this pushing power is. And by the way, you also get the souls from him. Unless there's players around, the souls that this character or this creep collects will be split throughout your entire team. Which means you can do shit like go from lane to lane, just put this on the creeps and push out every lane by yourself as one character. What are we smoking, Yoshi? I think this is probably the ability that is craziest to level up first. Because there's so much utility, right? You probably get like an early 5 max. Because this gives you so much. And again, I didn't even talk about this yet. You can also put this on your allies. And if you put it on your allies, they get movement speed and spirit resist. Right? So you also put this, you can put this on multiple of your allies in a fight. If you have all the charges, you put it on 4. And they all get movement speed and spirit resist. If you thought the 3 abilities I showed you weren't broken enough, at this point, we probably have at least 2 helpers. If we're going really greedy and maxing helpers early, this is what you're going to be able to do. Go in. Farm the sinners. Rotate to mid. Now, if there's a creep here, you use it on the creep too, so you push the creep to the wave. My little friends are still farming, by the way. I'm gonna get the buffs in a second. I just got 8 buffs. And then we just rotate over to the other side of the map. And we do the exact same thing on these sinners. Fun fact, by the way. These helpers do not deal or take damage from the sinners. Well, you don't. So you're not gonna lose any health farming these. So if we have the sinners or the helpers maxed, this is with no cooldown, by the way. This is on base level. We can just walk around the map and take every single sinner on the map. Another thing you can do with helpers, just pick up a buff. Boop. Buff secured. You can do this across the map. They just secured both because they're next to each other. But again, the range on this is really high. Which means you can really safely secure the bridge buffs at any point in the game if you're just like kind of close to it. Naptime is REM's ultimate. Naptime creates a field. There's a short channel time, and after that channel time, it will hit enemies. They will be slowed. During the channel time, they will not be able to dash out, and then they fall asleep. And when they wake up, it's gonna do heavy spirit damage. The upgrades are, when they wake up, they have 1 less stamina and no stamina regeneration while they're sleeping, so they will be low on stamina. Level 2 is gonna give you as REM unstoppable, so you can get this off no matter what. And level 3 is gonna reduce the cooldown. For the record, the base cooldown of this ability is very high. It's 172 seconds, but you will see in a second why it's so high. This ability has insane range. And by the way, the sleep time is 4.25 seconds. You will probably be able to counterspell the sleep. There will probably be counters to it, but this is like a massive AoE ult. Like, I want you to think of this as like a baby black hole in the sense of like, if the enemy doesn't get woke up, they can't play the game, right? Like, they're gonna be asleep for 4 seconds. So what you can do is, with your team is, you sleep the entire enemy team, and then you just fuck up one of them, right? And the rest of them won't be able, like, for 4 seconds, they won't be able to play the game. So the enemy team can't even help. Absolutely batshit crazy ultimate. Other things REM has. REM on base HP, on base has 650 HP. Actually very, very solid for such a small character. And this is his base gun animation. It's a very fast firing projectile, I want to say. There's definitely some travel time to it, but it's almost instant. I don't think you will need stuff like high velocity mag. And if we're looking at the hitbox, it is quite forgiving, I want to say. It's not super tight. And you will be able to, if you have half decent aim, you will be able to hit enemies pretty decently. Valve has definitely designed this character as a support, but I would imagine, especially early, numbers will probably be tuned. We'll see how strong this is with the gun, but like, it feels like a very, genuinely, it feels like a very solid gun to use. And it also has a very solid amount of bullets on base. And the more I look at this, the more I feel like this is actually quite crazy damage for a support. Just to give you a reference here, like, let me swap to something like a Wraith.
The great part about being a degenerate gambler is that you get really good at setting up your own action.
Why does REM do more damage on gun base than Wraith? By the way, there are headshots on this. There is a headshot multiplier, so you can aim for the head. It does more damage to the head. Very solid gun, I want to say. Another thing I should mention for the gun, there's basically no fall-off damage. So at base, we're doing 20 to the head, or 25 to the head, and like 16 to the body. And if we move further away, it's gonna go down a tiny bit, but as you can see, even on this distance, we basically almost do max damage. This is very low fall-off compared to any other characters. Next thing about REM, because we're not done yet, REM is gonna be able to use the vents you've seen around. If you have played the new patch, you've seen the vents around the map. All you have to do is crouch in, and in the vents, you get increased movement speed as a passive. Just because the character wasn't crazy enough. So it's gonna be incredibly fast to rotate from vent to vent. And I'll show this on the map real quick in a second. But yeah, it's gonna be insanely fast to rotate from one vent to another. So if you know your vent spots and you're being harassed, all you do is you run to the vent, you slide in, and we're out. We are now safe. There will be no character other than Calico in the current Deadlock game that will be able to chase you. So once you make it to a vent, you are basically alive. And that is crazy because there's so many on the map. But just to show you how fast you can get from one vent to another. And I'm just going to run here. I'm not even going to use dash because they have such incredible movement speed. There you go. And we're out. And now we're on a completely different part of the map. And there's multiple exits. I haven't even learned them yet. There's so many. And now we're in mid-boss. Hey guys, let's rotate mid-boss real quick. Oh, you need help on the left lane? Let me get over there real quick. That is actually crazy fast rotation. That is faster rotation than using the jump pad in multiple cases. Or in, like, holy shit. That is a crazy rotation. So, how are you gonna play REM? I can already tell you, like, most of his abilities seem insanely strong, but there's definitely more value in getting certain ability points early compared to others. So, first thing I want to say, it is worth it getting 1 point in pillow toss just to reduce the cooldown. This is going to be amazing in lane, right? Like, it's going to help you to win the lane. I think the 40% ability fire or the 40% fire rate, you'll only really skill early in lane if the enemy has a gun. So this is going to be a situational pick early because the other points are just a lot more viable. Next up, tag along. Probably the same idea. It is a pretty long cooldown on base. I don't know if you need this in lane because you only have one teammate, so you only use it once anyways, right? But it does heal for a lot, right? And so staying in lane is very good. So I would imagine you get 1 point here too. But what I really want to drive home is Lil Helpers will be the game-winning play for you and your team. The way it works right now. I can already tell you it will get nerfed down the line. And having an extra helper, like doubling the helpers, is the highest value ever. So you get 2 of those, probably as first skill in lane, because you can actually use this on 2 of your lane creeps, or you put it on your teammate that gets Spirit Resist, right? I also want to say that Lil Helpers is probably the first ability you will max. Easily. Because, not because of the level 2 point that gives Spirit Resist and movement speed. It already gives that on base, but it's even more here, right? It goes up to 23 Spirit Resist, which is insane. Having 2 extra helpers with a total of 4 is gonna be crazy. The ultimate points, I want to say it is a insanely powerful ult. It probably will get upgraded later down the line. I can see a world where you max ult second, but I can also see a world where you max pillow toss and tag along second, which brings me to something I haven't talked about. Scaling on pillow toss is actually kind of crazy for damage. 1.6, if you know what that means, if you're a Deadlock player that has played for a while, that is some of the highest in the game. It is very easy to get around spirit power, right? So if we get to like the 4.8k spirit investment and we're gonna do a meme build here and go like Surge of Power on the pillow and then we get like +1, like improved spirit. This ups our damage from base from 75 all the way up to 203. And that is on base level. Every time you level up, you will get more spirit power. It will go up significantly in the game. So this is actually a pretty low cooldown nuke, which by the way is on a charge system. So you can get extra charge. You can do rapid recharge and have 3 pillows in the lane if you want to. And they're on a very low cooldown. You can throw them every 6 seconds. Which, you know, if you just want to win the lane with damage. But again, getting ahead of myself, this character will be played as a support. And the helpers will be kind of what wins you the game, in my opinion. So anything that makes the helper stronger, is gonna be great. If you heal troopers, the scaling on it is like kind of irrelevant. Which means my prediction, early prediction for builds is we will see a lot of green support items on this character. And the default build already kind of shows that, where Valve thinks there's gonna be a lot of green items. Simple reason being is Lil Helpers will probably be the best way to win the game on this character, and the scaling on this is not super important, so Spirit is not super important on this character. Which means you can invest into healing for your team or staying alive more, right? I'm not saying you never buy Spirit items on this, but yeah, this is what you're gonna do. So how are you gonna play this character? Max Helpers, rotate around the map, steal all sinners, push every wave by just sending helpers to your lane creeps. Again, insane, absolutely ridiculous. If at that point in time, while you're rotating around the map, if any of your teammates need help, you can send helpers to them, heal them, jump on their back by yourself, heal them that way, you know, heal them up. And that's how you're gonna scale. And you're gonna buy more and more support. Cooldown and duration both seem ridiculous. Expansion we'll have to experiment with, but both superior duration and superior cooldown do a lot. Duration just adds so much value to all of your abilities. It makes for longer nap time, it makes for a longer tag-along, it makes for longer debuffs from pillow toss, and obviously cooldown. We know how broken cooldown is, right? Range, again, just to give you an idea, max expansion, we can farm stuff from miles away across the map. And again, you can be active while doing all of this, right? We can help teammates while stealing the enemy farm. We can invade the enemy jungle, take their sinners while fighting. Next few days, I'll play this character a lot. I'll have a lot of different playstyles down, but it's definitely gonna be a support. This character will probably allow you to do so much on the map that people that are efficient with it will absolutely break the game. Again, if there's any updates to the character, hard nerfs, I will make a new video. But this is kind of the playstyle of REM. I'll also release a build. So if you're watching this video, Metro REM is going to be on the build browser. If you want to check it out, that's what I think is probably best at that point in time. And we're going to play REM all time. And yep. Until next time, see you friends. Bye-bye. Alright.